All right, welcome to the first episode of the Film Labs podcast. Today, we are going to be doing our top 10 sports movies, top 10 defending our own movies, and then discussing with each other. So, we're going to do our top 10s first, our number 10.
Number 10, I put The Blind Side. Y'all seen that one?
I have not.
I have seen The Blind Side.
I have.
Yeah. Good, classic kind of football movie. It's a very motivational story. You know, it's inspirational. Some stuff did come out about it in the news later on. That was not so great.
Yeah.
Yo, Deliverance. You see number 74? Well, that's my son.
Took all the family that adopted him took all the profits, and then it turned out they never truly adopted him. So they basically took the money from
some
him.
controversy over it, but the movie itself is good. It's inspirational.
For sure.
It's enjoyable.
Yeah. My number 10 is Like Mike, one of the most enjoyable basketball movies ever. Ragtag kid going up to the NBA somehow because he got special shoes from Michael Jordan.
I gotta get those sneakers. Suppose Oxford's right. They're not MJ.
They are MJ sneakers. I know they are. All right, so my number 10 is King Richard. This came out relatively recently and has Will Smith as the father of Serena and Venus Williams and shows their upbringing. And as someone who loves playing tennis, I really just liked watching it, and I really got invested in the story.
My number 10 is Rocky IV. Great film. Sad, yes, but
all right.
awesome because it's American. We had Apollo Creed murdered. And then Rocky with that epic hour-and-a-half long training montage and then snow.
Yeah.
Only for him to beat a
Montage the
steroid
movie.
addict. Man.
The whole
Totally
movie is
not
just a
plot
montage.
armor or nothing.
No, none of that.
But it's a great film. American core.
Well, now I'm interested because if that's your 10, and a lot of people say that's a really good film, so I'm interested to see the
Well,
rest of
compared
the
to
list.
the first Rocky, no.
All right.
So, number 9, I have The Sandlot. Now, this one's a classic. The kids playing baseball, you know, having these childhood adventures.
Smalls, you mean to tell me that you went home and swiped a ball that was signed by Babe Ruth, and you brought it out here and actually played with it?
Yeah, very happy film.
Yeah, very happy.
Very feel good.
Sometimes
Scary
you gotta
dog,
just have
but-
good feeling films.
For
you
sure,
know?
yeah. My number 9 is another basketball movie. I got Space Jam, the original one.
Classic.
Not the new one with LeBron.
Dude, the LeBron one's better.
Well, we might come back to that.
But yeah, Space Jam, great. Michael Jordan, best basketball player of all time. Looney Tunes, can't go wrong with it.
All right, I have a pretty recent one. It came out last year, Gran Turismo. It's a bit of a sports movie, and it's also a sort of adaptation of the video game. I just really enjoyed this movie. The visual effects were great. The racing scenes were incredible. And it also had some really heartfelt moments in there that I really felt, and I just had a great time with it.
And Orlando Bloom.
Yeah.
Orlando Bloom.
Legolas himself.
Exactly.
First time on a private jet. Yeah, have a glass.
My number 9 is Warrior. It's a Tom Hardy film. Very good. He was an ex-Marine, and his coach was an ex-alcoholic, and they were trying to recover together. And so they won a shot at a big tournament, and so the whole movie is Tom Hardy really just getting ready for the tournament, and when it happens, man, you see Tom Hardy just ripped. 6-pack, 17-inch biceps.
Did you enjoy that part of the movie?
Is that your favorite part in particular?
Maybe.
I think we're going to see a pattern of shirtless men in his.
Oh.
You already had Rocky.
All right. My number 8 is Moneyball. Brad Pitt.
Okay, thank you very much. We'll call you back.
It's an interesting story. It's a non-traditional sports film because it's not really. It doesn't show a lot of scenes of them playing baseball. It's
Right.
about this planning and this
Right.
trying to implement this new system. And also you get like Brad Pitt's personal story throughout, and him trying to be there for his daughter and his internal decisions over that. So
It's a good movie. My number 8 is The Blind Side. So it's
Great one.
Great
Yeah.
movie, but there's much better.
All right, my number 8 is Creed 2. This is the second best Creed movie. I did not enjoy the third one.
Whoa.
But this one was very good. It had a lot of emotional stakes with Creed going up against the son of the person who killed his father. And it had some really good stakes, some great fight scenes. I didn't enjoy it quite as much as the first Creed, which is higher up on this list, but it was a great time.
My number 8 is Ford versus Ferrari. This film is amazing. Christian Bale, love that actor, and
Is he shirtless in this one?
he's not. He's not.
I don't
He's
think
not.
he's shirtless in that one.
Brad Pitt shirtless in this one?
Brad Pitt's not in this one.
Oh, Matt Damon, I believe.
go.
Yeah, but I mean the ending is really sad.
It is very sad.
I actually watched the first half of this movie and never got around to watching
Oh,
the
you
second
need to
half.
watch the second half.
So,
You sound like me with half of Presley's movies.
Too. Yeah, I guess so.
number 7, I have White Men Can't Jump.
You are the greatest, Cindy. Thank you. But I'm feeling so lucky.
It's about a lot more than just
And-
basketball.
Is this the original or the
This is
Jack
the
Harlow?
original.
Okay.
The original.
Okay. Yeah.
But it also presents a commentary on our culture that we're in at the same time, so it goes deeper
Right.
than just a sports movie.
For sure. My number 7 is Ford versus Ferrari. That movie that was the last movie I saw before COVID hit, and it really sparked like my love for film more than any other movie really did. So it's a very good movie.
All right, I have one that was on a little lower on your list, Luke. I have The Sandlot.
Sandlot.
It's just a classic movie.
Yeah.
You can't go wrong with it. It's so quotable.
Babe Ruth! The Great Bambino!
And it's just a
You're
classic
killing
story.
me, Smalls.
Everything. You can just watch that movie and you can know it by heart, and you still
Yeah.
have a great time with it.
Okay, number 7, The Iron Claw.
Oof, let's go.
Need to back down.
They
Upsetting.
wrestle shirtless, right?
They do wrestle shirtless.
6, I have The Water Boy.
Okay.
Adam Sandler. It's so funny. It's just a really comedic film, you know.
Yeah.
Very, very quotable also.
Mama says that alligators are ornery because they got all them teeth but no toothbrush.
You know, just so many scenes that are just classic that you just think of from that.
Yeah. My number 6 is Coach Carter. That is my favorite basketball movie. Samuel L. Jackson, in my opinion, it's his best role. It's such an inspirational movie. It's beautiful. The story's awesome, and yeah.
What's the plot of that one?
It's so Samuel L. Jackson's character goes to his old high school that he used to. Did he coach or did he play there? He's one of them there, and he gets this basketball team into shape. That was like not a good basketball team, but he gets them.
I got you.
Yeah.
Underdog story.
Exactly, underdog story. Great, and he's amazing.
All right. This one is probably nowhere near as good of a film as anyone's on the lower on this list, but it's just a childhood classic for mine. I got Cars in my number 6 spot. I grew up on this movie. I watched it all the time. It's got.
Is that a sports movie though?
I would count it as a sports movie. It's a majority. It's about racing, and the whole goal is for him to be able to go back to get into the race. I'd say like some of the other ones on my list are even less related to sports than this one is. But on the lower end of the list, like King Richard was very more drama focused than sports.
yeah,
For sure.
But yeah, I can't get it any higher because it's got a lot of faults. But it made my childhood for a long time.
For sure.
My number 6 is Creed 2. Mm-hmm. Better than the first, easily. And
I agree. I think Creed 2 is my
so
favorite of the
much better.
trilogy.
It's so much better.
So
I
much
think-
better than the first
I
one.
think it has better
better.
emotional stakes, but overall, I liked Creed 1 better.
Well, if that's the case, Creed 3 has
Creed 3
more
has more
emotional
emotion.
stakes.
Oh, well, I
Yeah.
didn't like Creed 3.
Because it's him fighting the past.
Him fighting the past, his
Yeah.
mom.
Yeah.
Spoiler, his
Well, I
mom
was-
dying.
But solely between Creed
on, dude.
1 and 2.
And it's
2
Creed
is
3.
way better.
We haven't seen Creed 3 yet.
No, but Creed 2 is
It's so much better.
such a better film.
So number 5. Now, I had a hard time with this one. I put The Karate Kid, but then it's also the debate: is that a sports movie?
Oh,
When
it's
it comes down
100%.
to-
100%.
I mean, it is because he's competing in a tournament
It's
and
easily a sports movie.
karate,
It's
but
the
it also
Miyagi
goes
way.
a lot deeper and beyond that. And the complete focus of the movie isn't just on him competing.
Right.
For-
I say it's definitely a
I
sports movie.
say it's a sport movie because it's the Miyagi way.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's Miyagi way.
Oh yeah.
Miyagi! We did it! We did it! All right!
See, because for me, I have Karate Kid as my number 5 as well.
Oh, awesome.
I
Yes.
love that movie. One of my favorite childhood movies. It's so good.
I
It's
love
so
it,
good.
but it's not my top 10.
Don't hate me, I haven't seen it yet.
What?
I've been meaning
Bro,
to.
what?
Yeah, you're insane.
I never watched it as a kid. I probably should have.
I mean, I haven't seen any of the Creeds, so and y'all been
Right,
talking about
right,
that.
yeah. Yeah.
But Karate Kid is more like
It's classic.
Yeah,
a
it's a
classic, yeah.
I know. All right.
So you should watch it.
Well, another one that was a little lower on Luke's list that I had on mine was Space Jam.
Oh, it wasn't on my list.
That's on my list. That
oh,
was
it's
my
on
list.
your
Yeah.
list. Right. Okay, sorry about that. Yeah, this is just a classic film. You got Michael Jordan teaming up with the Looney Tunes to fight aliens in a basketball game.
Hey, now, yes. Look who's finally ready to play.
Let's see if I remember how to do this.
The
Can't
second
go
one-
wrong with that.
You can't. Nothing.
The second one's better.
Oh, no, it's not.
All right, get out of here.
Get out.
The Bunny Bond.
All right. Well, anyways, it's got a lot of iconic moments, and the soundtrack is great. And it gave us, I Believe I Can Fly. It's
Yeah, dude.
and the Space Jam theme song, so can't go wrong with it.
My number 5 is The Blind Side.
Okay.
Like you said,
Good movie.
it was a good movie, but in real life, it was not good.
Yeah, that's why it's lower on mine because I still love that movie.
It's such a good
But
movie.
it's the controversy just like
And I love every time I gotta go upstairs in AMC.
oh you see the big
Big old poster.
Yeah, at our job we have a really big it's probably like as big as this wall, big blind, probably bigger than this wall actually. A huge blind side poster, which is pretty awesome.
Why it doesn't make it higher for me is it feels too emotional at
It's-
times. It's just like
Yeah.
going over the top with the emotion,
Yeah.
just overloading you.
Well,
and
it's
you're just
lower.
like,
It's lower for me because it's more like nostalgic.
Yeah.
In a way.
yeah,
Like
sure.
as a kid, I was watching that movie
yeah.
nonstop.
So we're on number 4.
Yes.
And I have Rudy, classic football
Yeah,
film.
that's a good one.
Rudy.
It tells the story like so many kids these days want to go to these great colleges and play football for them, but a lot of them don't get to. But you have Rudy, who's just so motivated, even though he's like, not that great at football.
You're 5 feet nothing, 100 and nothing, and you got hardly a speck of athletic ability.
He eventually makes it happen. He gets to play. He gets the sack in the end, and it's inspirational. So
Yeah, great movie. I haven't seen that in so long. It's been like 3 years since I watched that movie. Speaking of it being 3 years, my number 4 is Rocky 1. It literally has been
Yes.
since 2020 was the last time I watched it. You can't go wrong. Montage is awesome. The fight scene's awesome. Him on the stairs.
yeah,
Perfect. Everything about that movie is just beautiful and wonderful.
So, I want to go home, make up a joke. I'm going to tell you a new joke tomorrow, okay? Good night, Adrian.
Good night, Rocky.
All right. From as Rocky went to Creed, that's where we go next with my number 4 spot. I just really enjoyed this movie. We can debate all we want about which one is better, 1 or 2.
Two.
But I just found this one a lot better. I found Rocky and Creed's dynamic really great. And it had some really heartfelt moments with Rocky being diagnosed with cancer.
What you mean don't think about this? When you starting treatment?
I'm not doing no chemotherapy.
Yeah.
And all that stuff. The action scenes are always great, and so.
What about the montage scenes?
Yeah.
That's the best part about Rocky and Creed. This montage.
Yeah, the montage was great too.
That's their motif.
All right.
Yeah.
Keep on the same subject as boxing. I got The Raging Bull.
Raging Bull, okay.
Classic De Niro.
Still haven't seen it. I need to.
seen it?
I really need to. It's on my watch list.
But yeah, I mean, I don't know. I just like I'm into boxing heavily, and boxing films has always been my number 10s
For sure.
easily.
All right. Third spot. I actually just remembered this one before, and I had to add it
freaked
on.
out before.
Yeah, this is Cool Runnings, the Jamaican bobsled team.
Enough people say, they can't believe Jamaica, we have a bobsled.
I've
know.
never seen
haven't
it.
You haven't seen it?
No, but I've
That
heard
was
of
my
it.
number 11. It just got cut out of mine. Cool Runnings.
Yeah. So it's pretty much these Jamaican people. They want to go to the Olympics for running because Jamaica's pretty good at running, but someone like trips and falls during the trials and like trips up a couple of them, so they can't go because they failed the trials. So then a couple years later, they go to the Olympics because they're trying to improve their lives. They go to the Winter Olympics for bobsledding because they got good at bobsledding by just like making like a skateboard, like kind of like janky bobsled, and they go and they compete and they do pretty well. So
I have to watch that. I've literally never heard of it.
Film.
Well, my number 3 just came out this year. Challengers. Oh my god.
Okay.
The crazy like shots that we got from this movie, like never seen before. Like they got somehow got a shot that felt like you were underneath the court looking up. Like I'm just like, oh my god, like it's crazy. It's amazing. The story is so good. Love triangle. It's everything about it. Zendaya, crazy. It's crazy good in that movie. Mike Face, amazing. Everything about that.
Okay.
So my number 3 is one Luke had previously said, The Water Boy. That's
Top 3.
Yeah, I just love that movie.
Yeah, it's not top 3
It's
for me,
probably
though.
not. It's not as good as a movie as some of the other ones, but I just have a blast with it. It's so funny. It cracks me up every time. And Adam Sandler does some of his best stuff in this movie.
It's true.
Okay, my number 3 is The Longest Yard. Adam Sandler. version.
See, that's better than
That one
Waterboy
is
in my
better
opinion.
than the original.
That's the prison team.
Wait, this is the
Yes.
wait. You
Yeah.
said the original Adam Sandler.
No, the Adam Sandler.
Adam
version.
Sandler. Okay. Yeah.
Former QB to convict and QB. Amazing. The comedy in that movie.
Yeah, it's really good.
Outstanding.
I love that. I love that movie. It's not on my list, but I do love that movie a lot.
Oh, I love it a lot.
Yeah, my number 2. A lot of y'all have said this one already, but we got Rocky.
Yes.
It's amazing. Like, possibly the most classic sports film of all time.
Yeah, it might be.
Like, everyone knows the shot of him standing on top of the stairs.
For sure.
Everyone knows the theme song. Everyone, it's great. It's this awesome story of, like, underdog. That's, like, sports movies just in general, just, like, underdog story.
Yeah. I love a good underdog
story.
It's amazing.
Yeah.
My number 2, which Jayden said this already, Iron Claw. God, what I didn't feel real after seeing that movie. Like that movie destroyed me in the best way possible, and I love it. And it's such a beautifully told story.
And
the ending is so good. It's so sad, but it's so good. Zac Efron, easily his best role ever.
Despite the
despite all the
stuff.
surgeries and stuff, and his hair was a little goofy, but it was realistic to how it was. But very amazing movie.
All right, my number 2 is Remember the Titans. This is
valid.
It's a great movie. Football team that it's during the time of the civil rights movement, or just is it just after, I think, or during that?
I'm pretty sure it's just after.
They deal with all that issues and all that. It's just very emotionally investing, and the ending it can bring someone to tears.
You smiling?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Why are you smiling?
Because I love football. Football's fun.
Fun, sir.
Fun, sir.
It's fun.
Yes.
You sure?
I think.
Now you're thinking. First you smile, then you think. You think football is still fun?
Yes.
Sir.
Yes. No.
No?
Sir. Well, it was fun.
Not anymore, though, is it? Is it?
No, not by
No, it's not fun anymore. Not even a little bit.
No.
Make up your mind.
No.
Think. Since you're thinking, now go on, think.
No,
Is
no.
it fun?
No, sir.
No.
No, sir.
Absolutely not?
Zero fun, sir.
All right, listen up. I'm Coach Boone. I'm going to tell you all about how much fun you're going to have this season.
It's very heartwarming and very sad at the same time.
Yeah, it's 1971.
1971, so just after.
Yeah.
My number 2, classic, The Waterboy.
Waterboy.
Yeah, Waterboy representation.
Foosball is the devil, y'all. Let's go.
Yeah, I just don't know if I would put it quite that high.
Yeah, me neither. I think I love it. Don't get me wrong.
No,
but
It's
y'all
funny.
are amateurs.
It's great.
That is
But
professional.
there are
and
better sports
proficient
films.
film making.
yeah.
That is the greatest story ever told.
Adam Sandler was robbed of an Oscar.
Oh my god.
All right, we on to number one. Number one. All right, y'all might have never heard of this movie, but I got McFarland USA.
Yeah.
Yep.
Y'all seen that?
I did. I watched it during COVID, during the quarantine.
Yeah. Well, as you can see, cross country.
Yeah, cross country. Yeah.
It's a cross country film. There's not a lot of those out
You
there.
gotta represent.
Yeah, represent. I love it. You know, this football coach, he gets fired from his old job, has to move out to California, gets a job where it's at a school that's primarily Hispanic, right? And he's coaching football there, and then he gets fired from. He's not allowed to coach football there anymore because the other coach doesn't like him. So then he starts a cross country team because he sees like, hey, these guys can be good at it too and compete against all like these white boy schools that are dominating it, and then they go on to win. Great underdog story.
Yeah, good. It's a good movie. I haven't seen it in a while though. My number one. It's not the best sports movie. It is my personal favorite sports movie. Varsity Blues. Oh my, like that. I don't know why. I love the vibe of that movie. I think the story is like amazing. My favorite obviously number one favorite football movie. Favorite sports movie.
That Moxon ain't worth the Charmin extra soft he wipes his butt with.
Right, for the same reason you said, it's not the best for my top pick either, but I just crack up at it every time. It's a great movie. Happy Gilmore.
Happy Gilmore. Oh yeah.
Yes.
I should have worn my jersey.
There's no way you put
You
Happy Gilmore above the Waterboy.
You see.
Okay.
This one.
I'm actually on John Wallace's side on this. I think that Happy Gilmore is better than
I'm on
Waterboy.
Luke's side.
I removed Happy Gilmore from my list, bro.
I have a Happy Gilmore jersey. I gotta represent.
I was dying the whole time.
Yeah.
The if you don't know the movies, Adam Sandler plays a hockey player who he sucks at it, but he's got a powerful slap shot. So a golf coach convinces him to do golf, and he becomes like a superstar at it. But it's just hilarious. There's so many. It's just everything crazy is going on, but it's also just a perfect just comedy movie. Like nothing. Can
Really good movie.
It kind of loses me because it just starts to feel unreal at one point. Like when his coach dies.
Shut up, Happy. Don't feel bad about me. I got my hand back, see?
It's like it just from there, it just doesn't feel real.
The
It just
best
feels.
part. When the coach died was the best part.
It's weird.
I feel like that's how most Adam Sandler movies are, though,
Yeah.
especially the ones that were back then. Most of them are so unrealistic.
All right, my number one, the best sport movie of all time.
Let's hear it.
Is definitely Balls of Fury. No, I'm kidding. It's Rocky 1.
Rocky 1, okay,
Easily. Like
yeah,
so good.
We all seen it.
So good.
Respect that.
The staircase scene.
I can't even argue it. It's so good.
It's so iconic. It's the OG.
I haven't even seen it, and I'd probably.
You need to, John Wallace.
I know. I've been meaning.
I can watch Creed, but not watch Rocky.
You gotta watch it. At least Rocky.
Well, because I was going to for the Creed movies, then I saw Creed 3, and then I was like, it kind of.
You didn't even see the previous Creeds. You only saw 3.
I saw the first 2 Creeds. Then I watched Creed 3.
Okay.
and I was gonna go watch the Rocky movies, and then Creed 3, I did not enjoy that movie at all.
Well,
Rocky wasn't even in it.
That's like Rocky 5 and 6. Like, just leave them off.
Yeah.
Exactly.
They kind of just turned me off from it, so I might have to get back into.
You
the Rocky
need to watch Rocky.
Yeah.
You need to.
It's great.
Question for the group.
Yeah.
No female-driven movies. Discuss.
Hey,
We were
Challengers. Yeah, Zendaya.
Yeah.
Yes, she's one.
Yeah.
One.
We were praying to comment and
Technically, Raging Bull. No.
Something else is raging all right.
Hey, in Cars, there's Sally. So a female was driving, so that it's a female driven.
That's probably the funniest thing I've ever heard you say that, Wallace. Yeah, she was indeed.
We got you, bro.
All right, little information for you that you were talking about it. Tom Geary recently arrested. He was Smalls in Sandlot for domestic battery.
Sweet.
Nice.
Released on June 3rd.
Oh, for that
So
man.
he almost was killing somebody.
Yes. Yes.
True story.
He showed up at someone's doorstep with a knife in his hand.
Oh my god.
All right, Coach Carter was based on a true story. Basketball coach Ken Carter, who made headlines in 1999 for undefeated, suspending his entire undefeated basketball team. Cool Runnings was based on the 1988 Winter Olympics.
Yeah.
Yeah, for them. And then Remember the Titans. We already went over that. It was based on a true story out of Alexandra City High School. Yeah, T.C. Williams. That's all I got as far as information goes.
Thank you guys for joining our first episode of the podcast. Let us know in the comments what your top 10 sports movies are. Next week, we will be doing our top 10 sci-fi movies.